going on?
Nothing much. What's going on with you?
Everything's good. Everything's good. Can't complain.
Cool. Welcome, everybody, to the commentary zone. As you enter the room, please give us a thumbs up just because we asked. Today, our first show is going to be on the Real Housewives of New Jersey, season 11, episode 2, Licked Up and Down. So gross. What did you think about this episode?
I thought this episode was good. Honestly, it was a nice follow up to um the first episode because it's interesting what we were talking about
Mhm.
last week with Gia and like, well, talk to your mom. Now we see like she told her, Gia was the voice of reason. She told her mom like,
Yeah.
look, you said something about her marriage, blah blah blah. You should apologize. So I'm like, I wish that was mixed in with the last. I wish last week's episode was an hour and a half because I would love to see that together.
And
Because
here's the thing, she did the same thing that Jackie did. In that same phone call, she
mhm,
goes, "You didn't like it when they were talking about you and Dad's marriage.
exactly, she
So
told
how
no
come she
lies
can
there.
receive it from Gia, but she can't receive it from Jackie?" Teresa just conveniently plays stupid when she wants to.
I think it's because Teresa feels like this is my show. How dare they tell me anything?
Or I guess she's put Jackie as her target. Like, don't they always pick a target each season?
It's a mix. I think they for on New Jersey, it's like everybody catches it at some point during the season. I think this is the one the more balanced like mess shows. You know what I mean? Everyone because it's not centered like Beverly Hills is always centered on one target.
Mhm.
This
Mhm.
show, everyone gets the business at some point, which makes it interesting. Which shows you they really are friends and family, which is why I enjoy New Jersey.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my god. All right. So, how do you want to do this? The episode was it was okay. I mean, it wasn't like filler for me. I think I have no tolerance for Teresa and what she's
Mm.
doing. And I find it very hard to understand why all of your friends are trying to constantly explain this to you and you're just not getting it. And then you're on the trip and you're laughing because one of the girls isn't there because of what you did. You know
Right.
that like they're always trying to like, oh, I'm just so over it.
You know what
But
it
yeah.
is though? You can see that the women are not going to pacify her like they've done in the past.
Mhm.
I think this situation was like their line. I don't know why that line didn't come seasons ago, but okay. But
Mhm.
I think at this point they're like, we're good, we're done with this, we're not doing it because you can see they're all like, it's an analogy, like it's obvious, like what are you talking about? And Teresa, as usual, shrieks, and they're like, okay, we're just gonna try this later. So they keep trying. But the interesting thing is this: Teresa is the one that keeps bringing up Jackie isn't there. Jackie really
Mhm.
has her bothered, like extremely bothered.
Cuz she was planning to like go double barreled in on her on this trip and like what for? You were wrong.
Exactly. Exactly. So I don't understand how she doesn't understand that, ma'am, you did this to yourself. Jackie is smart, so why would Jackie put herself in the line of fire? Excuse me. So
Oh,
sorry.
gesundheit.
You know what I mean? It would make no sense
Yeah.
for Jackie to show up. And Jackie doesn't really need this group of friends. Like she doesn't need Teresa. Let me put it that way, because she's cool with everybody else. She has
Mhm.
issues with Teresa, but everyone's going to have issues with Teresa at some point because of who she is and the way she acts. I don't
Mhm.
understand it. How is your daughter more mature than you are? Like, and Gia explained it perfectly. I was like, this is what pretty much most of Twitterverse is saying. Most of what common sense people are saying. Like, this is what you did.
Mhm.
You got what you got because of what you did. Had you not done this, this wouldn't have happened.
Yeah. Okay, let's see who's in the chat today. Do you want to just run through, say hello to everybody?
Yeah, I know Trey's here. Hey, Susan. Hey, Yannick. Hey, Cooch. Hey, from Mata. Hey, Paranormal. Good to see all of you. Did I miss anyone? Let me just double check. I think I got everyone. Yes, I did. Now, I do have a question for you. How come everybody winds up living at David's house? At one point.
God, David is the most amazing individual I have ever seen. It's almost like he's running a flop house for Dolores and her family and extended family. Like I like David, but
I
I
do.
agree with Frank when
Hmm.
he told him, you're a great guy, an amazing doctor, but you suck as a boyfriend. I okay, during COVID, I get it. They were calling all doctors to come in and do
Hmm.
everything, but this started before COVID. He never shows. And I just wish they would either A, come out and say, because he's a practicing physician associated with such and such practice or such and such hospital, he'd rather not
Hmm.
be on television and just stay off completely.
Hmm.
But don't go on dates with Frank and you can't go on dates with Dolores. Because that's
Right.
what's happening. He had a date with Frank. He's washing
Exactly.
Frank's balls and taking care of him and nursing him back to health. But he's not even showing up to a birthday party with Dolores. I don't get
Hmm.
it.
Right. And I love that Frank is ride or die for Dolores. I mean, I just love it. You, yes, this is your ex. Like, you guys are still friends. You have your children together. But I like that he's ride or die, and like he was cool enough to go to Dave. Like, look, this is where you're going wrong. And Frank said it so well. Both of you do not say in full how you're feeling,
Yeah.
and this is the cause of your issue. It's lack of communication. And I'm like, good job, Frank. Good
Well, he
job,
knows
Frank.
Dolores the best between
He
him
does.
and
Hmm.
David. And he knows where he went wrong with Dolores because I'm sure Dolores has told him over and over again, this is where you went wrong. So I'm sure he wants to get Dolores married and into David's house so that he could have Dolores's house all to himself.
Exactly. Can you give me one moment? My apologies. I have to
Yeah.
go let someone in. Thank
Yeah.
you.
No worries. So yeah, guys. Okay, so let's go through and see what you guys are saying. Okay, I'm gonna work from bottom up. So let's see. Okay. He's a OB, so it's a little like he's so busy he can't do some. Oh, really? I didn't know what he specialized in. But I mean, has he ever gone to anything with Dolores? I stopped watching for a little bit. I drop on and off with these housewife shows. Wait, he cheated? Who, David? Oh no. Oh wow. Okay, so wait, what's this? She designed his house, and instead of her moving in, her husband and kid moved in. Right, but remember, Dolores said she was not moving in unless she got proposed to, and he never proposed. Why is he dragging his feet? I'm sorry, we're talking girl stuff.
No, no, I heard. No, see, I can still hear you. I kept
Oh,
going. Yeah. No, I get it. Yeah, I heard.
yeah,
Yeah,
he broke both of his legs.
mm-hmm.
Oh my God. When he explained that, like when Frank explained it, he was like, yeah, I fell down and I couldn't get up. Bada bing, bada boom. And so then David came on and explained exactly what happened. And you're just like, that's not just a fall. That's
I
not
mean,
just a fall.
I think David can't go anywhere because David's like family now. Everybody stays at his house. I need a place to stay. If you're in Dolores' family, you gotta go to David's house. That's just what it is. And
Well,
I, but
Dolores's house is really noisy. Like between the people and the animals, like I could see why her oldest son went over
mm-hmm,
to David's house, Frankie Jr. Like he was studying for that big exam, nice and quiet. David's never there. There's nobody screaming or dogs barking. Good for him. But
exactly.
Frank,
Hmm.
Dolores couldn't take. Oh, he said that there was a bathroom on the ground floor. That's why
Yeah,
he moved
that's
in with
why.
David.
The stairs. To the stairs. He couldn't go upstairs. What
Okay,
else was there?
I'll cut that.
Margaret and the new boobs. They look good. She's happy. She's
But they're
having Aries.
popping out.
Right.
They have like a life of their own. Or do you think that they made the nipples too high when they did the
Yes.
lift?
Hmm. That was my first thought because they keep having issues. They're a little too high.
Right, but maybe they haven't like settled yet.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
there's still some residual swelling. Once they drop into place, they should be fine,
It
right?
should be okay, right?
Yeah. Let's
Yeah,
hope.
it makes total sense. What else happened this episode? The mom is
What
great. I like Dolores' mom.
Yes.
Love
She's
Dolores'
a
mom.
lovely lady. Can you imagine like all 15 of the grandkids over at her house all at the same time? Like, what?
15. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
That's a lot of great kids. They all come by and see her, and
They
she
wave to
like,
her from the gate.
right. But I like the fact that when Dolores told her, like, hey, like, like, we're having issues because he's mad at me for not telling him about, like, my surgery till the day before. She's like, right, why did you do that? I was like, love Mama Dolores.
Okay, so Cooch, she's not going to give up David because you heard what she said in the bus. Of all of the 21 years and all the men in those 21 years, nobody know they way around a vagina like David. So I guess those skills of his profession are really coming into play. She's not giving up David. She will drive him crazy first. David is going to be Frank number 2. They will never leave Dolores.
And he treats her children so well, which is a huge
Mm-hmm.
thing. So why would she? I think with her, I hope she gets to this point to where she doesn't keep trying to force this, and that she just becomes comfortable with where they are.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's
No,
part of.
I don't think she'll get comfortable because
Mhm.
she'll flash back to her upbringing where she's gonna want the
Yeah.
ring. She's still focused on that. So wait a minute. What else did Margaret get besides the boobies? She got neck,
And face. She
a
looks
neck tip,
great.
and
She looks great.
I thought she already had one, or was that her mom, Marge
I thought,
Senior?
I thought it was Mark Senior.
I okay. All right, never mind. They're interchangeable. So okay. Oh, she looks good.
She
Like
looks great.
whatever she invested, good investment.
Hmm.
Yeah.
She went to Sony's doctor. I bet you. I bet you.
Oh, not according to Gina. She looks completely different in the face. She
But she
does?
looks good though.
Yeah. I want her to get her hair sorted out though. The hair looks like an overprocessed mess. In my opinion. In my opinion.
What else
Um,
happened in this episode? They get. I mean, they're in the bus and they're
mhm.
trying to explain to Teresa. What it was an analogy. Jackie said nothing about her daughter. The funny thing is this: Teresa kept saying in all the conversations, Jackie says, "What if?" She said, "What if?" every
Mhm.
time, but she still couldn't get it. She still couldn't hear her own words. I'm like, but you even said this, what if? And you're still not getting. But then, if I recall later in the episode, she says, like, I don't care, like, what she meant. I'm like, so you understand that she wasn't
She
talking about your
does.
daughter.
She
You
does.
completely understand. I'm like, I
And
can't do
that's
it.
what leads me to think like all the little internet gossip about her trying to keep her place on the show.
Mhm.
But talk to somebody who's smarter than you and figure out a better storyline for yourself because this is very stupid and reckless, in my opinion. And then
Exactly.
towards the end of the episode, it's almost as if, like, she's not even when she said, but I didn't say that. I didn't spread any rumors. I just told you and you and you and you and
You
you. That's spreading a rumor. Like
right.
basic English, this girl can't comprehend. Ivy.
Exactly. And I like the fact that she flipped. Like Bravo showed all the clips from the past
Mm-hmm.
season. I'm like, good job, Bravo. Good job.
Oh my god.
It's interesting because how can I put this? It's like Bravo's not going to let her get away with anything this year. Because in the past, they would let Teresa get away with the lockdown showing clips. This year, they're breaking out all the past footage. They're not playing this game.
Maybe they want
So
her to up her game, by treating her like everybody else.
finally,
Because, I mean,
see,
she is technically the only housewife that delayed an entire season because she was in jail. They
exactly.
held off until she came out and
Yeah.
give her a special to boot.
Hmm.
So yeah, I think they're trying to make her earn her keep now. So
So
good.
like,
Long time overdue.
and I agree with Melissa. If there's no no videos or photos, we shouldn't say anything. Agreed. Great job,
Mm-hmm.
Melissa. So they get
Mm-hmm.
to the house. I wanted to be at the house too.
Oh,
The
look at
house
this. The fact that she doesn't even remember who told her clearly shows that it's not, it has no legs to stand on.
exactly.
She made it up. She doesn't have to remember who told her anything because she made it up.
I'm inclined to agree. But they get to the house. House is great. I wanted to be
Mm-hmm.
there. And it was it me or were the ladies always having a good time? But once everyone was getting along, laughing, and all that good stuff, Teresa's like, "Well, I'm glad Jackie's not here." I'm like, "See, this is just you're just bothered." And she's like,
Mm-hmm.
for some reason, Teresa just killed the whole mood because they were chilling, having a good time, eating the good food. I mean, I don't understand why you're so obsessed. Are you just mad because you felt that you, for once, you had like a pinky in the brain moment and had an actual plan, and Jackie ruined it for you? Is that
Mm-hmm.
what it is?
Yeah. Uh, I want to divert a little bit.
Okay.
Special note to Atlanta, Kenya Moore in particularly. When you're hosting a girls' trip, you contact the house manager to fill up the fridge like how these ladies did. Did you see inside that refrigerator like it was jammed
Jam
packed?
packed.
And then as soon as they came in, they brought out hors d'oeuvres, they had liquor, they had everything there that they just pulled out and ate right away. They had like salad and cheeses, like everything.
Everything.
Special note to Kenya Moore. Contact Margaret. This is how you host.
Exactly.
And them girls don't even eat, they just drink. Like all of that food should have been sent to South Carolina for the poor starving girls from Atlanta.
So
Oh, yeah,
interesting.
yeah.
So Yanni says, but I also think what Jackie said about Gia was lower than what Teresa did. I, here's my thing. How can I phrase this? Why are people trying to make this so different? Like Teresa spoke about someone's family.
Mm-hmm.
Jackie said so about someone in Teresa's family, an adult. I'm going to get people to quit thinking of Gia as a child. That's what frustrates me. Gia is not a child. She is an
Mm-hmm.
adult. Teresa purposely went into these people's home to embarrass Jackie and her husband to start a rumor. Teresa started a rumor.
Mm-hmm.
Jackie made an analogy.
Mm-hmm.
Teresa acknowledges the analogy. Gia acknowledges the analogy. So I'm trying to figure out why people are saying one is worse than the other. When one person maliciously went in with a plan to say this, and that, and the other person gave an analogy, never said anything about
Mm-hmm.
um is it's analogy. So
And
let's
here's
see.
the big difference. What Teresa did was she went to that party and she took that rumor and she went around to everybody, making sure she was telling people, and that the people that she was telling, it was loud enough so that other people were hearing it. So she was effectively spreading that rumor. Jackie was sitting down and having a conversation with Teresa, And like Jamal said, made an analogy. It's not our fault that Teresa doesn't understand what analogy means. But Jackie did not go out and do the same thing that Teresa did. She didn't. And I know that we're saying, we're trying to make Gia a kid, but she's not. And she clearly isn't a kid because she parents Teresa, as evident in that phone call.
And also, let's say, so there's another thing people to realize. Um, as Gia is 19, she as an
20.
adult,
Ooh,
well, 19 during
19 at the
filming.
time of filming, yeah.
So Gia would have had to sign a release in order to appear on the show. So therefore, if Evan had to sign a release as an adult, Gia would have to have signed a release, right? Because I can see when they're kids, Teresa will have to sign off on them being on the show. Of course, that's the parent. But now that Gia is an adult, Gia would have to sign a release saying it's okay for me to be on the show.
Yep.
So to say that she did not sign up for this, I kind of feel that I don't think that's accurate.
Yeah, she's 19 at the time. She's reached the age of majority in the state of New Jersey. Yeah, she's an adult. And she's more of an adult than her mom is.
Oh yeah. No, I'm not gonna sit here and say I don't get where people are coming from. Talking about, because Teresa, Gia grew up on the show. I think to a degree we all see her as a child. I get that, but you have to strip that away once that child becomes an adult on the show. They're an adult. She has to sign off, and it is what it is at this point. Yes, I agree. I do agree with Yanni on this one. She did plant an analogy to her, Teresa. She took a shot at Gia. She took a shot at Gia because Gia is grown. Gia is an adult, and Teresa has no husband. If Teresa had a husband, Jackie would have. I think Jackie would have used Joe, and I believe Jackie said that.
Yeah, because Jackie said when she first sat down and spoke to her, she said how much this hurt her and her husband. It hurt their marriage. All she wanted Teresa to do was to say it wasn't true. And then when that wasn't getting through to Teresa, because she refused to acknowledge what she did, then her next tactic was, well, let me show you how much this has hurt me and my husband. How would you like it if someone had said something like this about who matters most to Teresa right now? Her kids. But the only one that is old enough to actually loop in is Gia. I'm sorry, when these families sign up, this is par for the course. And they know it. They've been on for 11 seasons now. Yeah, 11 seasons. So it is what it is.
Yeah.
Everybody's fair game as long as they're an adult.
To me, Teresa didn't mean think Jackie did a coward thing. To me, I think Teresa did a coward thing because she said everything behind Jackie's back. Jackie confronted Teresa dead on, away from everybody else at Margaret's house.
Yep. So, and it was the next day, wasn't it? She didn't let anything fester. It was the very next day. She called her and tried to have an adult conversation with Teresa. She did.
And I'm going to say this about the situation. This situation is unfortunate all the way around, in my opinion. But I do like the fact that we can have these conversations. We can talk about it. We can just see where everyone's coming from. It doesn't have to be black or white because we all have different thought process. Hey Claire, thanks for coming in. We all see things differently, and I like it. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. This is giving us more than Atlanta.
It's giving us something to debate. Everybody has a different viewpoint on and an interpretation on how they view what we saw on television. Honestly, I thought Jackie was a lot more grown up than I would have been. I don't know if you like. I don't have a husband, but if I did, I probably would like him a lot. And I would be really upset if I invited you to his birthday party that I'm hosting with my group of friends, and you are not only a friend but a work colleague, and you came in and you did something like that behind our backs at our event. Like, for real, that's a cheap shot. Unnecessary.
I agree with Yanni on this one, but it needs to be more than that, or the season will be boring. I'm with you, Yanni, because like I said last week, I was not expecting this so soon. I thought this was going to be mid-season, and it
Mm-hmm.
came out the gate with it. I mean, it's going to be a good season because we still have the Jennifer Melissa situation.
And we
Then
also have Teresa Melissa, because
we
that's
have
going to
Teresa
happen on
Melissa,
this trip.
and then Joe Gorga and Melissa, and Joe Gorga and Melissa,
Oh
and then
no,
Joe Gorga
and
and Teresa.
Teresa. Wait, did I hear that right? That did he drop something with regards to their father's death?
He put my, I think it was his mother. He
He's
said,
still harping on about the mom's death?
yeah, something like Joe Judice, like something with that situation. And then next week we hear about the whole, like, Teresa calling Joe Gorga saying that Melissa got the restaurant owner's number and they've been texting all day.
Yes. Why does she always come after poor little Joe's marriage?
I honestly, if I'm being straightforward, I really think that Teresa's just unhappy in her life. I
Mm,
mean, and part of me feels a little bit bad for her because like she looked so crazy on TV for all those years. I
mhm.
mean, like ridiculous crazy. This man, her ex-husband, made her look like a fool, and it's hard to recover from that. And I give her credit for still being strong enough to go through it and just deal with it because not many people would. But there's a paycheck at the end, so I understand why she's doing it.
Yeah.
So yeah, and you had to go. You got sentenced to jail while on TV. Like
Mhm.
you talking about how you would just sign off on paperwork. I'm like, you just sign stuff. So
I
and,
don't
and
know.
Jackie, but remember Jackie in the last episode said like you're envious of the life I have. I'm like, I can't lie. And then you fast forward to this week, Teresa admits Evan's her type of guy, which lends credence to Jackie's claim of Teresa being jealous.
I thought that was gross. I really thought that was gross. So inappropriate. You went and dogged that man out at his own birthday party, and now all of a sudden he's your type of guy. Get the hell out of here. Mm-mm-mm. Okay, so wait. I think Joe's suffering with his dad's death, like Teresa did with her mom, and he's a little lost now. He's accusing her husband as the reason. Oh, their
Mm-hmm.
parents. Both parents are dead. He's saying that,
They
but
both are
Joe
dead.
wasn't
Yeah,
there. But Joe's not there for the second death.
I have a feeling. I thought he mentioned his mother.
Oh,
I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I could have swore it was the mother. I have to go back and rewatch. But
okay,
there's some
okay.
tensions there because I think what happened is, or what I'm gathering is, Teresa was defending Joe Judice against Joe Gorga. This is why I'm taking it as.
Oh, she's a miserable person. Yes, she is. If we're talking about Teresa. um wonder how the new that I guess that'll be part of the storyline, finding her a new
Yes,
boyfriend, Teresa, to find a new boyfriend.
I mean
Um
they just closed on a new house for our Red, so I'm hoping he'll be on the show.
Hey Willow, Joe Giudice is still in Italy. He cannot come back to the United States. But he'll be in the Bahamas soon. He's part of that fight series, is it? I think. I don't know. Oh, no, I believe this
Yeah,
too. No, no
I
died
yep.
because he missed his wife. He did. He did. Well, at least
I,
that's what I thought.
there is one more point I want to bring up. What did you think about um Jennifer's conversation with her mother?
Who?
Where she goes to her mother's home
Oh, yeah.
and talk about the father, and the mom is like just breaks down crying. She will not call the new grandbaby
Mhm.
John. She calls him Brian. She don't have a good reason for not calling. She tells I think it's her grand. I think she said the granddaughter and Jennifer are both there. She's like, I have a good reason for not calling him John. And she just breaks down crying, like, you guys think he's an angel, but you don't see how he talks to me behind closed doors. Like, and Jennifer was like, yeah, I never saw like anything like that with my parents grow up. But interesting, she's like, I never saw my father show love either. I was like, oh,
When she
oh,
said that, I believe the mother. I
yeah.
no longer think the dad is innocent. I think he's like a super con artist, and he's been finagling all these years and treating that woman like dirt.
And they were arranged marriage too. I
Mhm.
was like, okay. I'm like,
Mhm.
I mean, I think in my opinion, um, I felt bad for the mom because I felt that Jennifer was discounting her mother's feelings, and that made me feel some sort of way. I kind of
Mhm.
wanted her to be like, "Oh, really?" Um, she should send her daughter like, "Hey, go play in the next room. Well, I'll talk to your nana." And then I
Mhm.
think she should have the conversation like, "Well, can you give me a little context, a little insight?" And she never did that. Like, she blindly defended her father the whole way through, and I was
Mhm.
like, "You don't do that. You need to ask some questions. Just because you did not see it does not mean it didn't happen."
But I think in their culture too, they place the men above the women, and they defer to their leadership. They defer to them as head of household. And, I don't think it's in her to go against her father or her mother, but mostly her father. You know what I
Oh no,
mean?
I get it, but I guess what it is to say that
That
I just didn't like
automatically he's right.
explain it
Yeah.
away. I just didn't feel right about that. I was like, no, ask her questions. I mean,
But you know what? I'm kind of surprised that she said that she made this decision to take her dad out of there to protect him. So, didn't you ask at that time, what's going on? What are you guys doing? Why are you fighting like this? And
hmm
talk to them together or separately if they were like fighting, like I would talk to them separately. But when you decided to move your dad out, I would have been, like, asking a few questions. Why are you fighting after all these years? Why are you behaving like this? Why is it getting worse? What's going on?
yeah, I just wanted her to ask the questions just to get some more insight. That way, it isn't like she's totally picking sides already.
Mhm.
You
Mhm.
know what I mean? So that I just want to bring that up. That I felt that was like a really good conversation.
Yeah. Yeah, it was. If the kid wasn't there, though. Wait, what's this? Why is Marge so plain the whole show? She looks so different to me. Oh, I guess that plastic surgery really has to settle in. Oh, wait. Maybe because she has personal issues with her mom, she's only looking to one
Mm,
side. That's true. Didn't she say that last week? She had issues with her mom or
last
something?
season,
Last season.
had
Okay,
issues
okay.
because of how the mom treated their other brother, the one that's gay.
Oh, okay.
That's true.
Oh, so no makeup until it heals. Wait, sorry, I'm reading this one.
Okay.
So it's no alcohol either until it heals, because she wasn't, Margaret wasn't drinking at all.
So she had unsweetened iced tea.
No, she wasn't having alcohol.
No, she had the. I'm saying she had the unsweetened. That's why she ordered the
Mhm.
unsweetened iced tea. I'm
So
like, unsweet.
do you think she's still on meds from the surgery?
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh.
Because if you think about her look looks really fresh.
Mm. Okay. What else happened during this? Do you notice that they didn't fight over bedrooms?
Nope.
That's one thing to like about this particular franchise. They don't fight over bedrooms. They just go plop it down and go find a drink. Loved
And
it.
then the food. They're more concerned with the food and the wine than anything else.
Hmm. I think they just
Oh,
need to have like a lot of food there, not necessarily eat it, but just know that it's there.
wait. I'm sorry, the chat's moving fast. Mars doesn't drink
Hmm.
alcohol. Okay, I didn't realize that.
Oh, okay.
I did not notice that.
I
I just
didn't know that either.
I just assumed that they all drank.
Well, somebody needs to be the designated driver. Let's just, well, not really drive, but just needs to remember what's going on.
Yeah.
Um, Wait, hold on. What is this? The villa Joe G is remodeling belonged to Trey's dad. He left it for Joe to remodel for the girls. Oh,
Yeah.
see, I thought it was his family's house. I didn't know that it was Teresa's family.
Mhm.
Real people, they don't fight over bedrooms. Oh, I agree. I
Yep.
agree. Ay, ay, ay. All right. So at the like the final dinner towards the end of the episode, is there anything else that we missed? Do you want to talk about the sniper range?
I mean,
Or we
they
already
went.
talked about the boys'
Yeah,
date?
they had a date. They went shooting. That was cool. They, they had a nice, good conversation. I enjoyed that. The
Hmm.
dinner wasn't anything to speak of because
Hmm.
all it was
The
them trying
food,
to
the
Teresa
food.
again what happened, and they just did this, and they just said we're done.
I do like, because Dolores is like the explainer of all things Teresa. I do like that she does try to explain where Teresa could be coming from in the aspect of her upbringing. But Dolores is actually really fair. And I think she's the only one that really, really holds Teresa, accountable, that Teresa actually listens to. Like Margaret tries to hold her accountable, but I don't think it connects. But
Mhm,
Dolores, it does. I love
mhm.
Dolores. Oh my God. So what'd you think about the dinner though?
The food's always good on the show, always.
The seafood tower was amazing. Why have they switched to tequila? I don't remember them being such heavy tequila drinkers on this franchise. It was always wine.
Yeah, it's always one. Well, Jennifer does shots, that's why. And Jennifer
Oh,
always wants everyone to join her in the shots, so that
do
makes
you
sense.
think do you think that's going to be another storyline, like saying that she's imbibing too much in the alcohol?
Well, we see later. I
That
think her and Melissa
face
have
plant.
have an issue, and she just kind of falls down a little bit.
I hope she didn't hurt herself because that fall looked painful.
Right.
Oh my God. Okay, well, is there anything else in the episode that we need to hit on?
No, I think we covered it all.
Mm-hmm.
Um, like I said, it was. I liked the episode because it moved along. It felt more than filler,
Mm-hmm.
and we kind of see where things are going. I still have a concern about how this is going to play out, but I think they have enough content, even with this situation being at the beginning, to get us through the season. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm down for this season.
Cool. Okay, well, I'll tune in next week. I really think they need to do something about Wednesdays because there's really too much to watch on Wednesdays.
Right.
Last night was exhausting, and this morning it was very exhausting for me. It's just too much. But again, guys, leave your comments below. We read them and we respond. Tell us what you thought about this episode. This was The Real Housewives of New Jersey, season 11, episode 2, Licked Up and Down. I feel nasty saying that, and I do apologize. Share your thoughts with us. Give us a thumbs up if you like the review. Even if you didn't, still give us a thumbs up. We want it. We asking you to. Hit subscribe, hit the notification bell, and tell a friend. We want more voices in our conversations. Until next time. Bye.
Bye.